What's up, y'all, and welcome back to CineBolt. In today's video, we're gonna count down 6 amazing action flicks that you can watch right now on Amazon Prime Video. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into our first pick. Alright, kicking off our list is a movie that had a ton of hype, and let me tell you, it absolutely delivered. Black Bag is the slick, paranoid spy thriller I was hoping for from the master, Steven Soderbergh. The film drops you right into the deep end with British intelligence officer George Woodhouse, who is tasked with sniffing out a mole in his agency. The gut punch comes when the evidence starts pointing directly at his own wife, Catherine, played by the phenomenal Cate Blanchett. The tension between them is electric, and you can feel years of history and betrayal crackling in every single scene.
Thousands of innocent people will die.
Okay, 1 week. Who's the suspect?
Your wife.
What makes this a must-watch is how Soderbergh directs it with such a cool, detached precision that it makes the paranoia feel completely real. The script from David Culp is sharp as a tack, avoiding dumb cliches, and instead focusing on the psychological toll of the spy game. Now, it's a slow-burn thriller, not a non-stop action fest. It's more about the quiet, intense conversations and the constant second-guessing than huge explosions. For fans of smart, adult-oriented thrillers that respect your intelligence, Black Bag is a total knockout. Before there was The Hunger Games, before Fortnite, there was this absolute beast of a film from Japan. Battle Royale is the OG, and it is brutally unapologetic. The premise is wild. The government grabs a class of delinquent junior high students, drops them on a remote island, straps explosive collars to their necks, and tells them to kill each other until only one is left standing. They're handed random weapons, everything from a machine gun to a pot lid, and let loose. It's pure, chaotic survival, and it is a masterpiece of dystopian action. What makes this a must-watch is that it's not just mindless violence. The film is a raw, shocking, and surprisingly emotional look at what happens to society, friendship, and humanity when the rules are stripped away. You see alliances form and shatter in minutes, and the performances from the young cast are just heartbreakingly real. Now, a word of warning. This movie is not for the faint of heart. It is bleak, it is gory, and it will stick with you long after it's over. If you loved the concept of The Hunger Games but wished it had the safety off, then you absolutely have to watch its unhinged, legendary predecessor. If you've been waiting for a throwback, no-nonsense action flick, then your wait is over. A Working Man is a prime slice of Jason Statham doing what he does best, and it is glorious. He plays Levon Cade, an ex-commando trying to live a quiet life in construction, but that past just won't stay buried. When a young girl in his orbit is kidnapped by Russian traffickers, Cade unleashes the full force of his deadly skills, and it's a brutal sight to behold.
Look at those bricks. You ain't a cop. You're a working man.
That's right. Let's play.
Director David Ayer, who gave us the gritty realism of End of Watch and Fury, was the perfect choice for this. He doesn't pull any punches, and the action feels grounded, painful, and visceral. The plot isn't reinventing the wheel. It's a classic one-man army rescue mission, but it executes that formula with absolute perfection. Statham is a force of nature, and seeing his efficient, brutal takedowns under Ayer's direction is a match made in action movie heaven. David Harbour also shows up and has a fantastic, scene-stealing role that adds some great flavor to the mix. This isn't a film with a complex message. It's about watching a highly skilled professional dismantle a criminal enterprise piece by painful piece. For die-hard Statham fans and anyone craving a hard R, bone-crunching revenge thriller, this is an absolute must-see. Alright, let's be real for a second. Hitman Agent 47 did not get a lot of love from critics, and it's not going to win any awards for its deep, philosophical story. But this movie is a blast. It's a sleek, stylish, and unapologetically fun action flick that knows exactly what it is: a video game brought to life. Rupert Friend steps into the shoes of the iconic, genetically engineered assassin, and he absolutely nails the cold, calculating demeanor while delivering some seriously creative and slick action sequences. The plot involves him teaming up with the daughter of his creator to take down a sinister corporation.
He's an engineered human being. Stronger, faster, more intelligent than normal people.
Honestly, the story is just an excuse to get from one insane action set piece to the next, and I'm totally okay with that. This is the ultimate turn your brain off and enjoy the ride movie. If you're a fan of the games, or you're just in the mood for 90 minutes of non-stop, visually inventive action without any pretense, then this is a total gem. I'm cheating a bit by lumping 3 movies into one spot, but you can't talk about one without the others. The original Bourne trilogy didn't just give us great action movies, it fundamentally changed the entire genre. It took the polished, gadget-heavy spy thrillers of the 90s and smashed them to bits, replacing them with something raw, gritty, and brutally realistic. The shaky cam, close-quarters combat was revolutionary, and for the next decade, every action movie tried to copy its style. Matt Damon's portrayal of Jason Bourne is iconic. He's a man who's a living weapon but has no idea why, and that internal conflict makes him so compelling. From the legendary pen fight in Identity to the jaw-dropping Moscow car chase in Supremacy and the heart-pounding rooftop chase in Tangier in Ultimatum, this trilogy is a masterclass in tension, pacing, and practical action filmmaking. It raised the bar for what a spy thriller could be, directly influencing everything from Daniel Craig's James Bond to the MCU. Yes, the shaky cam can be a bit intense for some, but if you want to see the films that defined 21st century action, this trilogy is absolutely essential, non-negotiable viewing. Topping my list is not just an action movie, it's an epic crime saga, and, in my opinion, one of the greatest films ever made. Heat is director Michael Mann's magnum opus. This is the movie that finally put 2 titans of cinema, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, face-to-face on screen for the first time, and their iconic diner scene is pure movie magic. It's a quiet, intense conversation between 2 masters of their craft, De Niro's meticulous thief and Pacino's obsessive cop, who understand and respect each other, even though they know they're on a collision course to destruction. The action in this film is legendary for a reason. The downtown LA shootout after a botched bank heist is a masterclass in tactical realism and sound design. It's so authentic that it's been used in actual military training. But what makes Heat a masterpiece is that it's just as interested in the quiet, lonely moments of these characters' lives as it is in the explosive action. It's a sprawling, patient, and beautifully shot film about professionalism, obsession, and the price these men pay for the lives they've chosen. It's a nearly 3-hour commitment, but it is worth every single second and is an absolute must-watch classic.